Cast Wanderwine Profits. Pay for the Inalla trigger. Champion the original. Swing. Sack the token. My turn again? Same thing. Good game. This might be what you hear when the game ends, but what's actually going on behind the scenes? Welcome back to Better Know a Combo, brought to you by the Spike Feeders. How does it work? Great question. Wanderwine Profits is a 4/4 Merfolk Wizard for 6, with Champion a Merfolk and a combat damage ability that can function as a 1-card combo in an Inalla deck due to her Eminence ability. Once the Profits are on the battlefield, either by paying full price or some other shenanigan, we'll need to use Wanderwine's Champion ability, but somehow targeting itself. That's where Inalla comes in. Paying 1 to make a token copy of our wizard, we can use the token to champion our profit card, to exile the card itself until the token leaves the battlefield. We want to use it on the real card, because if we somehow champion the token, it would cease to exist in exile. We'll be using this process 3 times the turn we start the combo, so we'll need 3 separate sources of generic mana. The first time in the main phase to get a token with haste to attack with, the second time in the end of combat step after we get our extra turn and our card returns to play. And last, in the end step, after we sacrifice our second token to Inalla's delayed trigger, leaving us with a new token copy to start the whole thing over in our extra turn. This token will stick around, because Inalla's ability won't try to exile it until the beginning of our next end step. That's pretty cool. However, by now, I'm sure you're aware there are a lot of ways this could go wrong. Let's go back to the original description of the combo and discuss the ways that we can interact and make sure this doesn't happen to us. Cast Wanderwine Profits. Here is the easiest way to stop the combo. Just counter the Profits before it enters the battlefield. Since they're so expensive and you need extra mana afterwards, something like Mystic Dispute or even Mana Leak would be devastating to the combo player. Inalla trigger on the stack. At this point, we can use creature removal to stop this loop. Effects like Murder or Path to Exile are great. Anything that gets the card off the battlefield, so just not walk the plank. Token's Champion trigger on the stack. This is pretty much the same as before, but now we have 2 removal targets. And hitting the card at this point can destroy both the card and the token, unless they control another merfolk. Attack with the token copy. The only novel thing I can think to do of here, besides block if I can, is to stifle the extra turn trigger when it goes on the stack in the end of combat step. But what if we're not running these sorts of interactive cards? How can I make sure this doesn't happen in the first place? How can I shut them down? Since this combo relies heavily on enters the battlefield triggers, we can run a Torpor Orb, or Hushbringer to keep that from happening. We can also flash in a Hushwing Gryff in a pinch. This combo also requires creatures to enter the battlefield without being cast, so we can use Containment Priest. Or we could use Humility to make it so the Profits don't even have abilities. This is a very mana-intensive combo as well, so a tax effect like Sphere of Resistance can keep them priced out, especially if they were going to try something sneaky like entombing and reanimating the Profits on an early turn. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Better Know a Combo. If you have a combo you'd like to see explained, make sure to let us know in the comments below. Check back soon for another video from the Spike Feeders.
Hey, thank you for checking out the Spike Feeders on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you close the window. Or you can click on this link to check out our other great videos.